And we begin in Morgan County, Georgia this week, where recently a longtime Georgia dairy, now featuring a rotary milking parlor, had an open house to show off the new operation. But as Rick Treptow reports, the relative simplicity of the new computerized equipment was overshadowed by its enormous size and production efficiencies.
In 1958, the Williams Dairy Milking Parlor near Madison was here, in a very tight space for the animals and workers. 55 years later, the milking is done here. This is the latest in rotary milking parlors. Full of cows, it weighs 150 tons.
We've grown to be rather large, but we're still as family operation as you can get.
The open house was spurred by the tremendous interest in the family's new parlor. A large crowd showed up as the word had got out about it, but most had not had a chance to see how it works.
If you consider like a railroad rail on the bottom, a set of rollers, and then a railroad rail on top, and it rolls around.
The visitors saw the process from the ease of the cows getting on the machine to be milked to the cleanliness of how it's treated afterward. A gradual cooling and filtering is done all through stainless steel pipes before a day's worth of milk goes into 2 tankers for shipment to a processing plant.
We're in this machine now, and we have the same labor force, 3 men a shift, and we're milking everybody in 5 to 6 hours, and we're done. We have downtime, we have time to work on stuff.
1,340 cows are milked during those hours. There is a lot of manure generated by the milking herd and 150 cows in the dry herd. The manure is viewed as an asset, not a liability.
The dairy's also been given high marks for their best management practices and how they use their wastewater.
They utilize the nutrients and put it out on their fields to grow their crops. So they have a really great recycling program. They separate out as much sand as they can to reuse in the free stalls, and they separate a lot of the solids because it's easier to handle as a solid rather than a liquid. And they have a lot of acreage and a lot of land application area so they can properly utilize their nutrients. So yes, it is a big operation, and yes, they generate a lot of manure, but they also utilize a lot of manure to grow the crops to feed their cattle.
All dairies have to have some sort of waste management plan.
Depending on size, they may be permitted. If they have more than 200 cows, they're going to be permitted for their waste management system. They have to have a person that's been certified to run the animal waste system.
In fact, recycling the waste through the irrigation system and good weather allowed them to get a second cutting of silage off this field. The open house accomplished its goal of showing the Williams' large dairy production. However, the attention to animal health, their comfort, and the quality of our milk is done on Georgia's 247 dairies every day. I'm Rick Treptow for the Georgia Farm Monitor.